Welcome back to Briggs on Books, our international talk show that we're talking to people, authors all over the world about their books and how their books came about and how they got them published and the whole process. We also invite editors on the show, writing coaches, anybody that can help people get those books published. We want to talk to you on the show. Today we have the most interesting author, an intriguing author with an intriguing book, and his name is Scott Roux. Roux? How do you say it, Scott?
Michael, you had it right on the money. It's Scott Roux.
Scott Roux, yeah. We even rehearsed it before the show, but now the book is called Everything Has Meaning, and you went through quite a journey. Something happened that totally changed your life. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, first of all, it happened in 2011. I had a company car, got T-boned, and then I was with RSD. I lost my hearing with this. My foot was operated, and also a palsy stroke. And so I just battled through this, and I continued to go forward. But the main focus was the eagle, the American eagle.
Wow. Now, by the way, I asked you about this a little before we started, but you found out you have some sort of Native American heritage?
Yes, that's correct, Mike. Later in time, when my dad passed away in a rampage shooting in Rice Lake, Wisconsin, he got a Carnegie Medal for heroism, and I met my real mother. And over the time, I met her once before, a few years before then, and she is from the Mole Lake tribe in Mole Lake, Wisconsin.
Now, does the book cover your recovery? Is it about the accident itself? Is it about the recovery?
It gives you about 5 or 6 categories to this book. It's awareness of PTSD about my father, that a number of them had heart attacks after that rampage shooting was within 100 and some days. And I'm not a doctor or an expert, but I had Steve Bradshaw research the information about PTSD since 9/11. And so there was a percentage that people had heart attacks within 120 days.
Wow. So
I put that in there, but then my father did see the eagle before he went through that rampage shooting, and he survived it, and 3 other ones survived it. So that was part of my story that took me to the journey of the American eagle.
And your father saw the eagle?
Yes, he saw that eagle before the shooting happened, and he survived it. So did Dave, and then some other person. But then they all had heart attacks, and 2 passed away, and another one survived it, but health issues ever since.
Yeah. And so it talks about the PTSD and what can happen, a heart attack, which can follow that.
Yeah, with stress and trauma. That's what I only did a few chapters about it. It just being aware of things because the world's going so fast and all the tragedies going on. I just wanted people to be aware of their loved ones, if they have to see some personality changes or anything like that, please seek help. I think that's very important because you could save his life or her life, and put them in the right path for counseling.
Yeah, we didn't even know what PTSD was till just a few years ago. Is that right?
That's right, Mike. I agree with you. I mean, the people are more aware of it. It's not just the military. It's tragedies just like we're seeing right now.
Yeah, we see a lot of that in the world. And now the book is a memoir, I guess, your own memoir.
Yes, that's correct, Mike.
And does it cover your accident and your path to recovery? And
yes, it's a spiritual journey about the eagle, what it means. And now that was a little bit heavy in my book about the eagle and what it means and how it flies and the meaning of it, to see the circle of life. It takes you to the journey of the wheel of the Native American Indians. Right. You know, that was my bird, my symbol to go forward in life.
And now the whole eagle, that's part of your Native American ancestry?
Yes, that's correct. As a matter of fact, I'll just give you a little bit. During my journey, when I met my real mother, I was with the spiritual leader, and in time, they gave my native name. That's their spiritual way for the Creator to something happens to me, I go to my ancestors, and I am the White Eagle from the North. So it was all connected. So
Yeah.
now you know a little bit about the story.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yes,
That kind
and
of a full
it
circle.
was a journey. So when I had book signings, Mike, it's been 1 year and a couple months, and when they receive my book, I give them a pen when they buy my book
Nice.
of an eagle pen.
Eagle pen.
So
Now,
it represents America too.
so had most of your life, did you know you were a Native American, or did you find that out later?
I found that out later in my
Yeah.
lifetime. I lived with my father and my grandparents. So I talk a little bit about that, how I lived with my grandparents, how they gave me hope, and went to a Catholic school, uh, praying for a new mother. Because during that times when you go through divorces in the 60s, I thought that would be the last time I see my mother.
Yeah.
So I kind of put that in my story.
I tell you, I tell my kids this, they don't believe it, but when in the 60s, we only knew one divorced couple, in the whole neighborhood. And it's amazing how now half the people are divorced. And so that caused a big separation from you and your birth mother. And
That's correct, Mike.
had to be an amazing journey to really find your roots.
It really was, and I didn't pay attention to nature and so forth, and in the symbols when the spiritual leader told me that, and it all made sense.
Do you
So I
feel,
was open-minded a little bit on it.
yeah, do you feel the spiritual world was trying to reach you through the
Yes,
eagle?
that's correct.
Yeah. And you said, there's the eagle, your father sees the eagle, you see the eagle, I guess, and then you connect with your native people, your tribe, I guess you would call it, and they name you. What did they name you?
The white eagle from the north, Wabishkibai Benziai, white eagle,
Nice.
white thunderbird. And I was just surprised when I received that, because there's about over 100 members at the tribe when they do their ceremony. I didn't go deep in the book about that because it's more sacred to them.
Yeah.
But I did put some of the things to understand the native culture a little bit.
Yeah. Well, this is, I got to tell you, I talked to a lot of authors. You're very intriguing. This is a great story. I've got to read it. I love true stories, by the way. There's so many novels out there. And I'm very interested in hearing a little bit more about your recovery. Did that take years and years, or have you fully recovered?
Well, I never gave up, and I'm still recovering to this day. I see my counselors for pain management.
Yeah.
I also try to do, first of the year, I'm going to work on my speech and my, for my brain, because sometimes I lost tremendous amount of wordings and so forth, and I stutter at times, so I'm going to go back to that again. I was into a program in Minnesota for 2 years, but I had a lot of other responsibilities to take care of as a father. So that was important to me to take care of my family first.
Now tell us about the title and what it means.
Okay, the title is Everything Has a Meaning. And so the title of this book made me feel that there was a meaning on everything. Anything we do on this earth, and we're only here for a short time, Mike.
Yep.
And so I just thought that there's a purpose on earth for the young ones. That's one of the mainly why I wrote this book for teenage adults. And I won an award for the American Book Fest finalists for 14 to 22 to give them an inspiration if they're not ready for right or wrong, or the religion itself. Maybe they don't have religion. And I said, well, maybe you can, look at my book and look at nature, and it'll direct you to your path in your journey.
There you go. I guess first you have to accept that everything does have meaning, and then you can start noticing it. But most of us go through life without even any idea of that concept. So,
yeah. Oh, well, this eagle pen, I wanted to mention this, Mike. One thing that's been really exciting and engaging with customers and fans itself within a year and a month, it was really impressive how I'm getting some letters from individuals that did read my book, and when they buy my book, they receive the pen. But this one here, I just received a couple weeks ago, and I was in an emergency center due to my health, and I gave her an eagle pen because she was really sick.
Yeah.
Well, I had a book signing that week, and the gentleman came in and he said, "What's your book about?" I said, 5 categories. But anyways, he said there was a gentleman that gave an eagle pen to my wife. And I said, yes, I gave it to her. And then he bought my book, and he replied back 2 weeks later after he read the book. And there was an eagle, and he picked up his wife at the ICU
Nice.
by his house.
Wow.
So he really enjoyed the book, and he didn't
Yeah.
realize about the other side of the meanings of the eagle.
Yeah, that's great. Now, I have your web address on the screen, author-scott-roux-yolasite.com.
That's correct.
What will our viewers find there?
They'll find the latest information. I'm going to update it again because I just won some awards. They'll find information of my book and the awards I receive, or if they want any connections to buying my book directly, or they can buy it anywhere through Amazon where books are sold. But they can engage with me, and if they do read my book, they can send me a letter, or they may have some events. I just went to a church and some senior centers that wanted me to present my book to them, because
Nice.
I had some individuals or fans that read my book, and they encouraged me to do so. And then I give part proceeds to that organization. So
Nice.
that's what I do, and that's what I'm giving back.
By the way, you're in Boulder City, Nevada?
Yes, that's correct, Mike. Right by the Hoover Dam.
Right by the Hoover Dam. I've been there. I've been to both sides. What? And where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Wisconsin.
Right. Yeah,
Go ahead, Mike.
You sound like a Westerner, but every once in a while something slips there, that sounds like you're from Minnesota or Wisconsin or something like that.
That's correct. I spent most of my life in the Midwest, and I did live in California for many years, going to college and working for Common Company, and had a job transfer. So, yes, I really enjoy the Midwest, and I enjoy so far my book journey with the book signings, and it's been wonderful.
Nice.
It's been really wonderful.
Now, by the way, I just want to put a little plug in for you. Christmas time coming up, holiday season, you're going to go to people's houses. Everybody should always take a host gift with them when they go to somebody's house. Wouldn't this be a great host gift? So what I'm saying is, don't go and buy one of Scott's books. Buy 5 of them. Spread them around a little this season. That would be a great gift, kind of a spiritual gift in a spiritual season.
I agree, Mike, and it's a good cause. Part of my profits and proceeds do go to charity. St. Jude's Ranch in Boulder City, Nevada, for kids that don't have family members, or was handled through the court system. So that's where my heart's been. So that's where I'm going to do any direction to help others on earth.
Very good. We're way past time, Scott, but I want to keep talking to you. You're just fascinating. Any last thoughts for our viewers?
I just want to thank you, Mike, for your show, and thank all the people that are listening to me on my book. And I hope if you do buy my book, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you send me an email. It's in my book for my email address and so forth, and they can talk to me personally and do whatever I can do for their organizations or whatever, and help them out any way I can.
Very good. Thank you, Scott, for taking the time. And for our viewers, don't go in here. We have more authors coming up right after this.